The changes have started in Kansas City with the coaching staff and soon to be free agents. We're going to talk about what that looks like coming at you right now. Well, we knew with the hiring of Steve Spagnuolo that things were going to start changing, and now they absolutely have, even before we've heard from the man who hasn't done his first press conference yet. Welcome back to RGR. I'm Ryan, and this is me going rogue on the Chiefs and the NFL. If you're new here, hit the subscribe, the notifications, click that bell, leave your comment, and a thumbs up if you like what I'm doing. A lot to talk about today. Gonna keep it kind of well-paced because right now the only things that we know for sure is that there are two coaches that have departed this staff already. Now, that's important because this shift from the 3-4 to the 4-3 that's going on defense has completely different ramifications for the linebacker level. You can say what you want about playing coverage in the back and about how you're going to go about pressuring and playing the run up on the front. But the linebacker level, the second level defenders, that's what's really, really key. And that's what's so different between the systems. So it makes a lot of sense that they went ahead and started making some of those changes. We're brought to you today and the rest of the postseason by Insurance Inc. KC. That's Insurance Incorporated. They do all kinds of business on home, auto, life, and business insurance. If you need any of those, you should check them out. They're a local company out in Shawnee, and they've been servicing Kansas and Missouri for over 40 years. They're independent. That means that they work with all kinds of companies, including auto owners insurance. You can check them out at Insurance Inc. KC. Go over there and get your quote today. Now, when we get into it, it looks like the NFC North is really stealing all these coaches. Green Bay signed Mike Smith, the former outside linebackers coach. It was so well thought of in terms of what he was able to do with the pass rush for both Dee Ford and Justin Houston this season. Going up to Green Bay, where they're going to run a 3-4 as well. They're probably looking for a new outside linebacker with Clay Matthews set to be a free agent as well. And then we found out on Tuesday that Mark Deleone is going to old friend Matt Nagy. He's going to coach for the Bears, the inside linebacker coach. So there go both of the inside linebacker coaches. Spagnuolo is going to get his own guys. Look for them to be guys that he's coached for or with in the past. Don't be surprised if that happens. And what you get with Spagnuolo is a guy that's been out of the league for a year. Hopefully he's revitalized. Seems like from what we saw, Nate Taylor did a great piece on The Athletic about what they're getting with him, and that they mesh he and Reid, and I think that's going to be important. Going to be some key questions to still come down about whether Britt Reid, Al Harris stay on the staff. I think that they do, but we'll have to see as it comes down. Now, all that aside, what we have to talk about is the free agents on the player side of things, because there are a number of issues that have to be addressed really right away. And in dealing with Spagnuolo and whoever the rest of the staff becomes, they have to identify a couple of things right off the bat in order to set up their priorities for the rest of the offseason. And those in particular include Justin Houston and Dee Ford. The pass rush has to be there. It's the one strength that they can carry over from last season. But there's a lot of question marks there. $20 million salary for Justin Houston. Maybe they can renegotiate that. Maybe they have to do something else. The franchise tag option for Dee Ford, who says he wants to be back in KC. We'll have to see if that's really in the cards, because both of them have a little bit of positional mismatch, really. I mean, it's the best way I can put it. That didn't sound very good, but that's the truth. Because, and we're going to go into some of these positions as we get further on in the next week or two. Ford can certainly be a rush end. Can he set the edge in the run game? Not so sure. That's what Spagnuolo has to figure out. He has to look at the film. He has to look at when he drops in 2018 and whether Spagnuolo thinks that's going to fit into his scheme in 2019. It's going to be real interesting to see exactly what they decide, because that will tell us rather soon. You can put a tag on a guy here in a couple of weeks, and it's got to be done by March 5th. So that's really going to tell us what the focus of the offseason is going to be. If they tag Ford and he's in the fold for this offseason, then you know that they're looking at moving forward with him, and probably changes the draft priorities as well as how they're going to go about setting up this defense. Now, Justin Houston as well, power rusher, not so much speed. He could play the Leo because Justin Houston can do anything. His skill set is varied, but he's not an elite speed rusher. He's more of a power guy, and you want to get Breeland Speaks in the fold, and you don't want to play Justin Houston at a 5 tech all the time. He can do it in NASCAR where he's still standing up, I think. You can get him to do it from a three-point stance, but I don't think it's his forte. It's kind of misusing him. You don't really want to put him at a Sam because then he's dropping into coverage 40% of the time. So Justin Houston is another big question mark. And then we have the conundrum with Eric Berry. Rumored to be having offseason surgery. I don't have that confirmed yet. But that's going to be a huge deal. After trying to get back and not being able to get on the field consistently towards the end of this season, a huge salary. Can they afford to put their eggs in that basket and hold on to him with faith that he'll be able to actually play on the field all next year? It's a question mark, and it depends on what that surgery is, what it has to repair, and what the prognosis is. So a lot of decisions that have to be made before they can start talking about who they might want to acquire. There's a couple of players out there in some interesting roles that can fill a lot of holes on the defense and really add that last touch to what this offense could actually use, a piece that it doesn't have right this minute. But I'm going to do that in a separate video about free agents they should be looking at. Look for that in another week or two once we have a better idea what's going on. There should be rumors soon. And when they introduce the coaching staff, we'll have that much more information. So I'll call that for a day for today. Make sure you check out Insurance Incorporated. Thanks for all of your time. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.